Okay, here we are. There we go, just seeing everything's working. Mic is on. We are ready. We are ready to go. We've got about 10 minutes now before the actual game does kick off between Australia and Spain in the second game of the Olympics in the men's group stages. As big shout out to TTV Gamer, Kurt, welcome. Should be very interesting to see what does happen tonight, as of course we all know Australia, I would probably say a very, very large, considerable upset against Spain, which was definitely was no, not Spain, sorry, Argentina, which was a very shocking win, a 2-0 win, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, as of course they take on Spain. With this game, there was a lot of yellow cards that were dished out in the last game against Argentina for both sides. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. I was just watching the basketball, the Australian basketball playing basically in the Australian game. They're playing against Nigeria, which last I checked it was like a 14-point lead, so I'm fairly certain Australia have won against Nigeria in the basketball. But as Kurt thinks, it's a 3-0 Australian win. That'll be very interesting. Of course, Spain in the other match, again in their first round match against Egypt, it was a 0-0 draw. So I feel like if Australia does pull off a win here, it should be a very safe bet to say that we will be going through to the next round of the Olympics. So just going to look at some of the other results that have come in so far. Egypt in the other game, Argentina have beaten Egypt 1-0, so they have bounced back from their game against us. France have beaten South Africa in a blinder 4-3 win. Honduras have beaten New Zealand 3-2. And in the 92nd minute, still going, Brazil and the Ivory Coast are drawing 0-0, with both teams having a red card each, and there will be a bunch of other games happening during the time as Japan play Mexico, Romania play South Korea, and Saudi Arabia play Germany. Australia won the basketball. Let's go. Big win there for the Australians. It was a bit close during I watched all the third quarter. It was a bit of a long stoppage because of the shot clock stopped working. But anyways, both teams are in the sheds now, lining up. You should go through the lineups now. For Australia, you've got Glover in the goal. In goals, you've got Alzani, Atkinson, Deng, who's the captain, Duke, Genru, King, McGree, Metcalf, Sutar, and Wales. And the substitutes are Bacchus, D'Agostino, Maynard Brewer, Pierres, Rolls, Tilio, and Watts. And for Spain, you've got Simon in goals. You've got Cucurella, Garcia, Gil, Olmo, Oyarzabal, who is the captain, Pedri, Puado, Sola, Torres, Zubamendi. And then the subs, you've got Arsenio Fernandez, Gil, Miranda, Mer, Moncayola, and Vallejo. There was, a Ceballos isn't playing because he got an ankle injury. I don't know if it's Danny Ceballos. Maybe he's the overage player, but so 7 yellow cards for Australia. One thing I definitely do like is how they use Seven Nation Army to welcome the players on the field. So the first team walking out is the Australians, led out by Thomas Deng. I want to play the audio, but it's Seven Nation Army. It is obviously copyrighted football. So, and then comes the Spain team now. Spain, one of the big heavy favourites. As Olmo did have a big effect because a fair amount of the Spanish players actually played in the European Championships. So, Just checking just some other things. So coming from this poll, it is a... coming in is basically just getting through to the anthems now. Are you watching on 7R? Yes, I am. A lot of big moments from that last game, of course, Tilio's goal and Lockie Wales. Well, with that red card definitely being in a big favour for Australia, as it could have very easily been 3 or 4-0. What do you think of the red card last week? I didn't watch what happened, so I honestly wouldn't actually know. I'd have to ask my brother what happened because he was watching. But apparently it was apparent, like even the Australian commentators were saying that it was very dodgy, the call. Spain had such a bad lineup considering the players they could have. That is very true, as they just finishing the Australian anthem now, so basically it's gonna be interesting. So Australia playing with a 4-4-1-1 formation, as you've got Duke as the main striker, and then you've got McGree at cam. That's one thing I actually do remember is I know that Spain's anthem does have lyrics, but you're not supposed to sing them because it's apparently because the song was written up during when Spain was in a major dictatorship against with General Franco. Who won in the basketball, Australia or Nigeria? I believe it was Australia. And someone back at their clubs for prison. Yeah, because Mohamed Salah apparently wanted to play in this for the Olympics for Egypt, but Liverpool just refused to let him play. Okay, we're ending the poll now of who is winning and everyone. So just getting rid of that. So with that poll, out of the 8 voters, 75% are backing Australia to once again shock the world. So we'll also be keeping an eye on the other games that are going on, which will be repeated as Japan play Mexico, Romania play South Korea, both games kicking off at 9 PM, and Saudi Arabia taking on Germany at 9:30. So, bro, we beat Argentina. We did beat Argentina. Just you never know. So here's the coin toss, and the Spain will be running to. They'll be running to stream basically that way, and it shows how many Australians have yellow cards. Atkinson, Sutan, McGree, Genru, Duke and Connor Metcalf all with yellow cards. But I think you prefer it to, like, say if Australia does get a result in this match, that you would have everybody basically for their. Because if we win here, then the next game against Egypt doesn't really matter because we would have already qualified. I'm fairly certain Egypt can't qualify because they've only gotten 1 point from their last 2 matches. But yeah. So we're very close now from the kickoff. Okay. I'm confident, but I do know that Spain can definitely turn it on. You don't want the confidence from us beating Argentina. So you don't want to think of this as like, oh, we're going to go in, and then it turns out, oh, it's a fluke. So I believe it's going to be Australia that actually does kick off. So if the Aussies do get yellow cards again and basically can't play the next match, you've got to at least hope that that Australia can actually pull a result and actually win this match. I don't know if a draw would work. A draw put us at 4. Spain would be on 2. No, here will be on 3. But then in that case, we'll need like a draw to get on as the players. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there was the whistle for like the kneel before the game. Spain didn't do it. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Have you heard about the protesting in Sydney? I've definitely heard of it. It's kicked off and it's underway. I need to actually keep an update on the score because the score's at the bottom of the thing cut off. So Spain currently have the ball in their defence as we're about 13 seconds into the half. So now, Spain with the ball in their defence, currently trying to push it up into the midfield. It's just a basically this is where you try to find your groove from this match. Obviously, Spain needing a win as they've draw against Egypt, and as with Argentina getting their win, it's definitely much better for Spain wanting to stay into this competition. Because Spain will have to play Argentina in what could possibly be whoever wins goes through in a do or die matchup. Australia win back possession here, and that's a foul there. And that'll be the first foul. It was a tackle on Riley McGree, so Australia will get the first free kick a minute into the match. So now you got Thomas Deng now with the ball. He's going to give it back to 2-metre Harry. Harry Suto will give it back to Glover. Now back to Deng. And now you got Lachlan Wales, the number 2. No, that's Atkinson, sorry. Lachlan Wales is the number 20. This ball's high up in the air. Was McGree onside? McGree was onside, but Spain defence does currently have the ball. So I did say that there was an under-21s Euros and Spain made the semi-finals, so you'd be suspected about how many of the players would actually, from that team, would be in this one. And it's going to be a second free kick now for Australia. Arzani fouled right on halfway. Very interesting to see what happens with Arzani, because he is currently back at Manchester City, but be interesting to see where he does go for this season. Maybe potentially back to Celtic under the Utilage. And it's a third free kick now for Australia. Spain need to be careful here. They're getting very aggressive, and it's going to be a yellow card here for the number 18, Oscar. So that's a yellow card now there for Spain. Who referee for games? I think the referees for this match are I think all three of them are from Africa and one of them's from Japan. So it's not like one of them's getting favourite. So 3 minutes in, Australia have a free kick. Potential whip into a header if you could get onto the head of Harry Sutar. So people sitting around it is Genru and the number 17 of Metcalf. As you got Harry Sutar there. Sutar's up in the air. There's a lot of targets around him, of course, being absolute tall bastard. So here comes the there's a bit of pushing and shoving. 3.5 minutes gone. So this, the rest still talking. Here comes the whip in, and Metcalf will kick it up into the air. It's gone over to Deng, but it's gone sideways, and Spain will regain possession. But it was an offside anyway, so the ball will go back for a free kick to Spain. So 4 minutes gone. Still not much has happened. You definitely feel like Australia needs to be probably more careful to not give away fouls like they did against Argentina. That game was again, looking back on it, that Argentina game was very physical from both sides of the coin. There's a ball over the top. Yeah, it's a nice ball over the top here for Spain. It's the number 17 that is Puado. Puado trying to get past the number 2 of Atkinson. Atkinson beats him. And Atkinson passes it. Comes off a Spanish defender and it'll go in for a throw-in. But still inside of Australia's half. It was Oscar Gil who got the yellow card for Spain, the number 18. I should just stream on Facebook, bro. Thank you very much, Kurt. That's a handball there. It's not inside the box, but it's very close, just on the outside. It's the number 10. It's Genru. So it's on the edge of the area here. So a first big chance here. Yep, that's a handball. But arm stretched out. It hits his arm. It's an unnatural position. It is a handball. So a chance here for Spain. It's definitely in position for shooting range, but you can definitely whip it in as well. So a big chance here for Spain to potentially get their first goal of the tournament. It'll be either Sola or Cucurella who will take the kick. There's 2 players on the ball. So the wall, we got Sutar is in the wall, which is a bit interesting. So yeah, people are like wondering on how to watch the game. You can create a 7+ account online. It's basically like 9 now, and you can just watch all the Olympics you want to your heart's content. So here comes the free kick. 6 minutes now gone in this match. And here's the whip. And it's a shot, and it's gone straight into the wall. Great defensive wall there, as Dang was the one who got the block off. As Cucurella will send the ball back to the Spanish keeper. So just like, it was very interesting because there was a free kick very similar to that against when Argentina had a kick. Oh, it's a ball, but it's gone too powerful. And it's run away from Puado, so it's going to be a throw into Australia as Atkinson will take the throw. So there's the... so it is Denny Ceballos, the player that did get the injury. You be careful with the trailing legs there. As there's Cabuela now with the ball. Tries to get a feed inside the box. Spain trying to enter here, but Australia are defending well at the moment. And they are basically kicking the ball out, but Spain will get the throw-in. The ball's kicked out there by the number 12 of Mitchell Duke, the striker for the Australian team. And I believe Australia has regained possession here. It's passed down the line here. That's a late foul there, and it's going to be another free kick to Australia as Duke gets fouled from behind, and there was an opportunity to take the free kick early, but Australia won't do it. Yeah, that was a clop from behind there by the number 4 of Torres, not Fernando. So Australia now with playing around with the ball now, it's got to Deng. Back in defence, he's being pressed on at the moment. He kicks the ball and it'll go straight out for a Australian throw-in, coming off the number 16 of Pedri. So it's a ball over the top there for Australia, but it's going to be sent back to the Spanish goalkeeper. So passing around now, Spain. Currently going around their defense. They're going to send it down to their right back. Problem is though, the yellow for the Spaniards is a very orangey one. You can't exactly tell. That was the number 4 though. That was Torres. He's passing it around now. And they're inside of around halfway, basically just passing it around, trying to see what the Australian team will do. Australia are very sure with their positions. No one's really being that wide. So now Spain still passing around with the ball as we're about to cross 9 minutes 30 gone in this match. And that's going to be a free kick to Spain, about 35 yards away from the ball. I think it'll be a whip in, but it's very audacious if they go for the shot. I believe that is Pedri. No, I think it's Sola who got the foul. So now, it's definitely not impossible to go for the shot, but you need an absolute belter of a shot. So the wall. So number 11 and 14, it is Oyarzabal and Sola sitting at the ball, wondering on how they're going to take this free kick. And it's chipped into the air. And it was going to go to the number 4, Torres, who was there, but it's missed everybody, and it's going to go out to a goal kick for Australia, as we are now 10.5 minutes gone into this matchup. So, yep, full time in that Brazil-Ivory Coast game finishes 0-0, with as both teams having one red card each. As Atkinson now runs down the field as Australia enter the Spain half. And that's getting passed now to McGree, who gives it off to Lockie Wales, the guy who scored the first goal for Australia against Argentina. But it's going to be passed back to their goalkeeper, Glover. Give it off to Sutar, who sends it down the line. It's a brilliant pass, but I think it just had too much power as the number 16 of King tried to keep it in. So Joe King actually got Young Player of the Year for the A-League last season, playing for Sydney FC. It's nice to see the majority of this team either is playing or is from the A-League. It's a very good developing sign. As Spain now currently have possession of the ball deep inside of their own half. Try to get pressed, but Australia forced a bad pass there, and it's going to go out on halfway as Zubamendi making a bit of a dodgy pass. Now Australia there's a pass down the line here. Australia's still going here. They're inside the box. They haven't tried to keep it in. And it's going to be a goal kick to Spain. Arzani with a brilliant run, but it was unable to get the pass off before it ran out. It was Arzani against Gill. Trying to keep it in, it just goes out. So it's a goal kick to Spain. But very good ball, and it's something that that Spanish need to be very careful of. Oh, big win there for Australia, as the ball was way back from a short goal kick there. So the whipping attempt there by Genru, it's gone out. It is a corner to Australia. That is a very big win there by Genru for the tackle to get the ball so far down the field and try to whip it in. So now this will be the first corner of the match. 13 minutes gone. It'll be Riley McGree setting to take the corner. Do you get onto the big head of Sutar? As McGree whips it in, and it's gone straight into the hands of the keeper. And a Spanish player has gone down. As a Spanish player went down from Sutar jumping for the ball. So Sutar went up for a header and he basically collided him from behind. I think it was Sola who went down. I think Sola needs to hit the gym. Step up, my G. But anyways, it'd be a free kick anyways to Spain. It is inside there and in yard box. They can't go short again because Australia read that and almost got a whip in there to their own box, and that ball will it stays in. And Australia now with possession of the ball on halfway. Arzani now with the ball. Alzani tried to keep it in, but it has gone out, so it's be a Spain throw-in right about halfway. Just checking to see the mic's on. I just don't want to feel like I'm an actual idiot and it's like, oh, the mic's not on. No, it is. Okay, sweet. Just make sure, you never know. So Spain, this is Spain's first Olympics in football since 2012 in London. But Spain currently now holding their defence up with the ball as the stream has gone silent, and it's a free kick to Spain on halfway from the foul from King. And it's taken quickly there by Spain, so they're giving it back to their defence. So try to get a ball over the top there. It has landed well. It's a beautiful through ball here, but there wasn't a the number 14, Sola, couldn't control it. If he did, that would have been a one-on-one opportunity against Glover and potentially 1-0 to Spain. But nothing he could have done there, unfortunately. It was just the bobble of the ball sending it away, and it's kicked away by Deng for a throw into Spain. Now Spain trying to go over the top. Australia now trying to clear it away from the 18-yard box. It has fallen to Spain. It's up in the air. There's Deng. It's tried to go for a bicycle kick, and the Spanish players appealing for a penalty. It was number 11. It was Oyarzabal. And it's gone. The clearance has gone all the way back to the Spanish keeper, and Spain's defence will maintain possession. So Spain now still with the ball in their defence. 16.5 minutes have now gone in this first half. Australia are pressing Spain at the moment, but Spain have held on to that pressure well, as they still have possession in their defence. And now they go for a ball over the top here, but it is tracked by the Australians. And Lockie Wales, he kept the ball in, but it's gone straight to the feet of Simon, the keeper for Spain. Spain are going down the right side now, they're currently at the halfway point, but they're going to give it back. I feel like that's probably Spain's game plan, is basically just to control the ball. That's all they've got to do, really, is just control the ball and control the possession, so Australia doesn't have as many chances as they did against the Argentinians. Now Spain tries to get a pass off, but it's blocked by the Australians. It'll go out for a Spanish throw-in, which is taken early. Zubimendi now with the ball, trying to cut through, and the pass has gone now to the Australians, and the Australians may be on a potential counter-attack here, but the Spanish defence is there to greet them. Very good tracking there by Cucurella. And they'll give it back to the Spanish keeper. And we'll see the usual of Spanish possession play with the ball. There's the number 4, that is Torres now. They're trying to, if they could see it past, they went over the top there and went to the right. They maybe could have gotten through there with a chance. As Cucurella now meets Metcalf's boot from that pass. And they'll pass back to their defence and try to get a ball over the top. They might do a switch here. They try to, but it's going down the ground in the middle. And they get a ball down to the pass here, right on the far side, the number 18 of Gil. It's a whip in here for Spain. And it's fallen to Pedri outside the box, but straight in the hands of Glover. And that's the first. There was a beautiful fucking meet at the ball there, but Glover just straight to him. Now Now it's a Spanish throw in there as the ball went out. It's on Alzani trying to keep it in from the goal kick, from the kick from the keeper. Now Spain now on a bit of a press here. They need to get the ball out, in which they will. And now it could be an attack here. Cucurella now running down the left wing. Gets a pass down centrally. And it's gone back to Cucurella. And Cucurella has flopped for a foul. And Australia playing with a counter-attack here. It's a 4-on-3. If they can get a pass off, but Spain will get the ball back after basically the two Spanish players trying to milk a free kick there. Oh, and it's a chance here. It's a 1-on-1. Oh, and it's off the crossbar there for Spain. It'll go out for an Australian throw-in. As the number 11, Oyarzabal, a brilliant ball to him. He takes the shot and it rattles the crossbar. Spain are in control at the moment. Twenty minutes gone so far in this half, and Spain have had two chances there to go 1-0 up against the Australians. So now Spain with the ball back into their defence. As you can see, the possession. Oh, it's a bit of a bad pass here. Can Australia break through there? They can't. It's well defended there by Supermendi. That's a feel. I feel like Australia will just have to basically go in on the counter-attack. As a stat just popped up that 68% of the possession have been in favour of Spain, which is probably a bit really fair estimate. Spain now inside of Australia's half now, trying to get some passes around. That's all Spain are doing. They're just controlling the ball, seeing the right passes and taking the chances. That's what I assume would be the Spanish game plan. There's Pedri now with the ball. And that's a sloppy pass there from Spain now, and Australia will pick up the ball here. And you see the Spanish all coming back really quickly, so it's very quickly in an instant, it's like 8 against 4, with a very heavy Spain majority in their defence. And now Australia, it's Tom Glover now with the ball. And a ball over the top here for Australia, but it won't get to try to go down the line, but it won't meet King. It'll go out for a throw into Spain. Spain now with the ball. They're just still inside of their own half. And they've gone past it back to the keeper. And it's up in the air now, and it's a bit of a dodgy kick there from the keeper. And Cucurella, bloody hell, is a good defender, shutting down the potential immediate attack there by the Australians very quickly. As Duke now gives the ball to Arzani. Arzani now, he stepped in, he's into the box, he tries to find a running pass, but there was a player in there, but Wales went a little bit too far there. So Australia, they can create chances. As we're now about to cross past the halfway point of the first half, as we're 23.5 minutes now gone. We're about 5 minutes away from two other matches kicking off in the Olympics, which are Japan, Mexico, and Romania, South Korea. So Spain now with the ball, currently playing it around in their defence. They're still in their own half. They're trying to see a ball down the line to Cucurella, who appears to be free. Yeah, Cucurella's immediately free, got loads of space there, but he's holding back here in the pass. Australia need to try to keep that in, and they will. Spain now, and that's a win there by King, and it's King with a block, so it's going to be a corner now for Spain. The first corner for the Spaniards in this match. What's up, cricket? So now this whip in now from this corner What state am I in? I'm in New South Wales. Stop laughing. Yes, I'm not in Sydney. Yeah, we're going to be in lockdown. Oh, fucking, holy shit. Spain are really... Oh, it's a ball over the top here, but it's won there by the Spaniards. If that got to Lachie Wales, that could have been a big attack there for Australia. It's just... I wouldn't say it's fairly even. Definitely Spain have definitely had more of control, but of course they're going to when they've had like 80% of possession. It's a potential switch here, and Metcalf will deal with it, and it's going to be a handball there from that header from Atkinson into Puado. So Tom Glover now is going to take the kick. He's going to pass it back now to Sasuta. Now to go down the line now. Arzani. It's a nice bit of play there from Australia. So enter the Spanish half now, trying to get a pass down to Arzani. It's going to be a race here. Arzani gets the ball. It's forward into the 18-yard box, but it's going to be cleared away by Spain. And Australia were able to get it inside the box. It's just Spain have been very good at stopping anything that resembles a very dangerous attack. It's a pass down the line, and it's a late bring down there. And the Spanish talking to the referees. Maybe they're just fucking... Why don't referees just have like backbones, just tell them to fuck off? So it's a free kick there by Spain. Oh, as McGree accidentally clips the back heel of Olmo, and Olmo, of course, when there's contact, goes down. So it's going to be another free kick now for Spain. So there's a kick up into the 18-yard box here for Australia, and the header has gone straight into the calm hands of Tom Glover, as we are now 27 minutes now gone into this matchup. Football is always just flop. It works sometimes. Yeah, it's a bit weird. You don't really see like... I mean, I understand why. Like, it's a solid tactic. So Spain, in terms of shots and shots on target, it's Spain have had 2 shots on target, whilst Australia haven't had a shot technically yet. So now Spain comfortably controlling the ball. Australia trying to win it back here, sorry, and that's a pass. I think it might have been offside there by Spain. Yep, and I don't understand why the side refs, when it comes to offsides, they call it ridiculously late now. It's Pedri. Yeah, he's definitely offside. Spain are definitely a lot more comfortable, I'd say, in this match so far. I mean, I think possession's probably like 75-25 in their favour. So now about 29 minutes now gone. We're almost at 9 o'clock, so there's going to be 2 more matches going to be kicking off very, very soon, and we'll just keep updates on those matches. Spain again doing what they're usually doing, just keeping the ball around the defence. Oh, it's a beautiful pass there to the to Free. And it's fallen into the box, and Australia trying to get rid of it. And they'd only do it as far as about 25 yards away, and Spain will regain possession. So we're almost at 30 minutes gone in this matchup, and not a lot has happened, but that's how it be. This is number 3. It's Cucurella now with the ball. He'll feed it back to the number 4, which is Torres. And now Spain now trying to get a ball over the top, if it is possible. But they won't. If they basically try to see if there's a ball that can go over the top. If not, then they'll just go back to their defensive line. Here's a Cucurella. Gets a bit of a dodgy pass, and Australia will maintain possession here. As McGree now. Australia, that's a handball there, and it's going to be another handball. Call it as Pedri. So Australia will get a free kick on halfway here. So a bit of calmness now for the Australian team after being a lot of control. And it's going to be passed back to the Australian keeper of Glover. And it's being a bit cautious because there is 2 Spanish players pressing, and Dang now gets it off to Glover. They need to get the ball out of there because that shit's risky. They need to be careful. Oh, it's whipping over the top here. Australia. It's only gone to Spain's half now, but Spain immediately shutting that down. Back to their keeper. Spain now with the ball, easily walking up to halfway, trying to get a ball over the top here. And it is a nice ball. He's onside. But a brilliant one-on-one tackle there by Atkinson. Now Australia still with the ball. And it's going to be both teams trying to call for the throw, but I believe it's going to go against Spain. Against Australia, sorry. It'll be Spain's throw. Spain are continually now just keeping the ball in possession. Now Spain coming in with attack. If they get a pass off, they go pass down to the side. It's going to go to Cucurella. It will meet Atkinson, but it'll be a throw-in now to Spain. It's Cucurella now with the ball. Gives it off to Pedri now, and Spain trying to figure out an attack, and a pass to the back. Does get to the Spanish defence, so they can control it again. I think they're going to go for a switch up to the left side here. And they will. That's a number 19. That is Olmo. And again, it goes back to the Spanish defence. The Spain trying to go through the middle now. There's a chance they've got a number on the left here. They do. Correa, but there's a brilliant block there by Atkinson. And it's going to be another corner to Spain. So we've got about 12 minutes remaining until added time for the first stop. It hasn't been that many stoppages, so it'll be probably 1 or 2 minutes at this point, to say the least. So it's number 14, Sola now. Will take the kick. It will be a short pass. Going to come back to Sola. It's a whipping all over the top here. Reaches the header from a Spanish player, but it'll be cleared away now. And Alzani. Oh, fuck off. Alzani trying to kick the ball, and Cucurella dropping down. Fucking hell. He comes across the back of him and touches his back. It's so... Like, I understand when you're running flat out and, like, the tiniest bit of touch can throw you off balance. So pass now down to the side. Now Torres will send the ball to the left side now. It's all it's really been is Spain fucking trying to get a pass off, and then Australia gets the ball, trying to go to a quick counter attack, and it doesn't go through. And that's guess what's happening? Spain's got the ball in their defence, and they're going to go down the side here. Cucurella now with a whip in. And Spain trying to do a back heel. The number 17, Puado, trying to be fucking cheeky. And it's gone sky high, so it'll be a goal kick to Australia. So now Glover will take the goal kick as we're now less than 10 minutes away from added time in the first half. And the ball has gone out. It'll be an Australian throw-in now inside of Spain's half. So could be potential that Australia can get a potential play-in. And it was a bit of a waste of a throw-in. And it's going to be kicked straight back to the Spanish goalkeeper. Now Spain gets the ball down the centre. They're now on halfway now, Spain. They enter the Australian half. And it's the number 19. They're inside the box now. It's a potential whip in here. Pass to the sides. Olmo trying to get a shot off, but it doesn't work. It's cleared away, but Spain still have possession here. And it's going to be a throw into Australia as the number 18 of Gill appealing for a free kick. But it won't go through. Spain again from these throws. They're just able to, Australia's throws and Spain are just able to get the ball from them. Oh, you're joking. And it's another drop down there by Olmo. Let's have a look how much touching was there. Oh, puts his hand onto his King puts his hand onto his back, and Olmo goes down. Fuck! Oh, can't you won the free kick? Fuck off! Fucking Jesus Christ! And now the number 11 out, Oyarzabal will take the free kick. So this whip-in will be a very interesting one, a very dangerous potential here for Glover. It's whipped in, it's come off a Spanish head, it's going to go out for a goal kick. It's gone way over the bar there. As we're now looking into the other matches that have kicked off 10 minutes ago, as Japan are already 1-0 up against Mexico, and it's still 0-0 between Romania and South Korea. So there's the goal kick here from Glover for Australia. And it's now inside the Spanish half, but Spain immediately regain control of it. I've got to go goodbye. I hope the Aussies win. See him. Australia still haven't gotten a shot. Australia still haven't gotten a shot off yet. I don't know what that bloody hell kick was, as Australia did regain the ball, but it was immediately kicked straight away by the number 17 of Metcalf. And Spain's still holding the ball as we're now about to cross into the last 5 minutes of the match. Not match, sorry, first half. Now pass down the side here. Now Spain now. And it's a whip in. And it's going to be headed away by Wales. And it's still in the air now. And Dane clearing away. As Cucurella will give it back to the Spanish defensive line and just keep the ball and just maintain possession again there. Spain now. Still inside of Australia's half. Tries to get a pass off. But immediately with the block, Spain immediately getting the ball back here. Spain now still playing with the ball now. We've got 4.5 minutes till added time for the first half. And Australia win the ball back and immediately pass it back out. So Spain continue the momentum. It's just... How's Australia looking? We're definitely under the pump. But it's hard to say. Australia haven't had a shot yet. Because there's any time Australia gets the ball down to Spain's end, Spain immediately get the ball back. So it's basically we're just under the pump here. Oh, it's a ball over the top here. Oh, and Spain trying to get a shot off, and it's going to be... And Carlos Soler trying to kick... What the... Is it a corner? Is it a corner? So it's a... So went over the top ball there. As Soler, unfortunately unable to control it, gets the shots. But I believe... Did it get a touch off Glover? It did. So it is a corner to Spain, and it's a short kick there. And it's going to be headed away. But it's going to fall straight to the Spanish players again. But Dang now picks up the ball. It's it off to the Ollie Roos now, and Dang will send it with a switch to Arzani. Dang now with the ball. Gets it off to Atkinson. And it's going to be an Australian throw-in now. It's still inside of their own half. And the ball again goes out by the Australians. So it's going to be a Spanish throw-in. As we're now 3 minutes away from half-time. And the Spanish player's down on the ground, shock, and now Lockie Wales has got a yellow card. Oh, so Australia does get a... Oh, that was a dive! That was a fucking dive. Wales didn't even touch him. There wasn't much in it. Yeah, more like there wasn't anything in it. He goes for the ball. He misses Cucurella's foot, and he dives. Surely when it comes to those VR should be able to step in there. But Australia get the ball on the counter-attack there. Can they get a pass down to the side? Oh, that's... And it is a free kick to Australia. The number 14, clarting Mitchell Duke. But luckily, Lachlan Wales was not one of the yellow card recipients in the last game against Argentina. So he's fine. So now Australia now with a free kick here. And here's a whip in. Suta can't really get a header off. And it's a ball all over the top. And that is a foul there. And the Spain are appealing that, but Arzani gets a free kick now for the Australians, as we're now 30 seconds away from figuring out how much added time there will be. I think Arzani, I think that was a dive as well by Arzani, but I mean, Spain got away with it. So now it's another whip in here for the Australians. It's a bit of whale away from trying to get the ball, but... And it's 1 minute of additional time. And it's advantage here for Spain. And now Cucurella trying to get a whip in there. There's a lot of Spanishes away. The ball's in the box, and Spain have tried to get a shot off, and it's gone straight out. Australia are still hanging on here. So 30 seconds remaining until half time. So I believe from this kick will probably be the last play of the first half. And there's the kick there. The ball is headed up in the air. And there goes the whistle. It is half time. As it is still 0-0 between Spain and Australia. Australia going alright. They're holding their defence fairly well, but if they want to get a win from this match, they definitely need to step up their attack and the Spanish players still talking to the referees, even though they've been diving all fucking game. So, yeah. Just need to fix up the colours here, and then we'll go to the halftime break. Outline. It's not the best of colours, but I think we can work with it. So yeah, I'm just going to go for a little bit of a halftime break, but we will be back for the second half, so don't go anywhere, I guess. Okay, we are back now for the second half. I was just lying on my bed and I just saw, oh shit, the teams are coming out. So looking from the updates from the other games, 31 minutes gone. It is 2-0 Japan over Mexico. It's also 1-0 South Korea over Romania. And Saudi Arabia versus Germany has just kicked off. Let me just fix this up. Okay. So 45 minutes left in this matchup. Still 0-0. A lot of stuff can happen. So Spain kick off. Australia running that way of the field, basically screen right. We are underway for the second half of this match. So Spain hoping to probably do more of the same, but actually like convert into an actual goal will probably be the best bet. And it's whipping over the top. Kukurea does a brilliant good job to keep that whipping in. And it's a big win there for Australia, getting the ball away. There's Arzani, still going with the ball here. He's got 4 players surrounding him. And it's going to be a free kick to Australia. Is it? Oh, it was an offside, okay. So, definitely bursts there coming there from Arzani, so... Spain currently now with the defence at the moment with the ball. Spain now in the attack. They're going to go down the side here to number 13. It is Fernandez, I believe, or the 19. It's a whip in. It's gone straight into the chest of Sutar and it's cleared away. But not as far as the defense. Why can't I watch this on 7+? If it doesn't pop up, go to like Olympics and then select football, and it may pop up there if you can't find it. Major Mega, because it might be hidden for some reason. No worries, man. So Spain now currently with possession as we're 2.5 minutes into the second half. And Australia keep the defence going, and they picked up the ball. As Atkinson tries to get a free ball up, but Spain to maintain possession. They're going to give it back to the keeper and reset all over again. Spain now with the ball, still going with the ball. Hello Gary, how are we? Spain now just getting the ball down to the right side now. They're still inside of Australia's half. As Olmo. And it's a free kick to Australia. I don't know how that's a free kick to us, but it's a free kick to us nonetheless. So, yeah. Just realised I forget that Lachlan Wales has a yellow card. I need to dish out. So only 2 yellow cards so far in this match so far. You on lockdown? Not yet, but it's coming. We're not in lockdown just yet. I live in the Newcastle region. We haven't had a case up here yet. But it's going to happen, especially after what happened in Sydney and Melbourne with those protests. Oh, very close there. Could have gone very awkward situation there for Spain right inside their 18-yard box. But Spain are able to defuse the situation. And one wrong move there and it could have potentially been 1-0 to Australia. Australia now. There's Atkinson. Johnry now will pass it back to Deng. Gives it back to Glover. And then it'll go back to Sutar. And Sutar will send the ball into the middle of the field. So Australia getting a little bit more of the ball now. And they're inside of the Spanish half now. There's a shot there for Australia. And it's going to be a goal kick there. Just watched the movie Solitary Man with Michael Douglas. Good film. Might have to check it out. So it's a shot attempt there by Genru. But it's gone way over the bar. It'll be a goal kick to Spain. But there is some chance that Australia has merged it on. Thank you, Gary and Tony, for the sub. I just realised that I actually really forgot that I made that the donation thing. That's a number 17 Puado. Who is the best Spanish player playing? Cucurella's done really well. I'd say he's definitely got the ball and helped out on both sides of the field. And it's a ball over the top now. Australia now still with the ball. And it's a free kick to Spain. I don't know how that's a free kick to Spain. McGree trying to go for the ball and accidentally he has clipped Solo there. Is that a card to McGree? And Riley McGree has a yellow card. Did he pick one up in the last game? He is. So, yep. So, Riley McGree, he did get a yellow card in the last game against Argentina. So, that will mean Riley McGree will miss the game against Egypt. Didn't you have problems with the NRL or something? It's like... No, not this time. It just couldn't be bothered. Do you have problems with the copyright? If you're talking about the copyright issue, yeah, that got sorted out a little bit ago. But I was meant to stream some of the NRL, but it's just sleeping pattern, uni, and work has just been a bit dodgy recently. So Spain now. Currently with the ball as we're now 53 minutes into the game. We're about 37 minutes remaining until added time. Just going to have a look at the other scores. If there's been any other update. No, there has not for the other matches that are currently playing in the Olympics. Sabel gets a shot off inside the box, but it's sky high. It'll be a goal kick to Australia. Spain are just banging on the door here at the moment. It's whipping over the top here. It's going to be picked up there by Glover. So cross there from Glover into the box. It's fallen ahead. And Australia have the ball here. And that's a free kick now to Australia. So Australia are getting some free kicks now. So Yiel, who is actually the player that fouled him, also needs to be careful because he's actually on a yellow card for this match and you don't want a player going down for a red card. So whip in here for Al-Azani. If they could find the header here, it would be definitely gets a run to play, but Australia may have a chance to go 1-0 up against Spain. And it's a whip in. Any good tips on who wins the Olympic individual men's like swimming? It's like, I honestly haven't paid attention to any of the individual events, unfortunately. Oh, it's a free ball there for Spain now. Spain are on a 3-on-1 here, but they're waiting for support. But he draws the ball. And Australia... Atkinson's done very well for Australia. If the game stays the way it is, I think Australia... The Australian player of the match definitely will have to be Atkinson. And Spain, unfortunately, getting the ball out there, so it's going to be a throw-in to Australia. So Cucurella now with the ball, giving it off to... I think Cucurella is basically like, I'm assuming, a left wing back for Spain. Because he's always up and down the field. Oh, fuck off. And it's another yellow card to Australia. Now they're going to start coming because... and now Mitchell Duke will also miss the game against Egypt. So basically the hand... who do you think wins gold, silver, bronze at football? I don't know. Like, I know something like Spain have been like a bit... Not Spain. France have been a bit all over the place. Brazil, maybe. The Germans... I honestly wouldn't be surprised if like Japan win. I actually... I think it's too close to call for a lot of countries. There's a ball over the top here, calculator, but that stays in. But it's gonna be an offside against Spain. And now the sideline official seems like the referee is favoring Spain. It's like, I don't know what's going on. It's like no matter what happens with the fouls, like they all talk to the refs. It's like. So here comes the free kick here from... So there is a sub as Puado has come off for Gill. So there is the first sub of the match, and it is to Spain. It has taken until the 57th minute to get our first sub of the match. So Mitch Duke and... Riley McGree will miss the next match against Egypt because of 2 yellow cards and over the span of 2 matches. Fucking hell, like holy shit. Gee, your pulse is 75% saying Australia would win this game. It's like, you never know. It's still like half an hour to go. Just need one shot. Spain now with possession again. Oh, it's a beautiful ball there. Oh, great clearance there by Australia. They needed that. And the Spanish keeper has come all the way up here. Spain are getting really good at these through balls here. That's going to be a goal kick to Australia. As it was Jill trying to get a run. Oh, shit. So, don't know when Australia will make a sub yet. You'd probably start to think about maybe the players who have yellow cards left, because you've already got 2 players now missing out. That'll go straight back to the keeper again. As Australia have had 1 shot in this game, compared to Spain's 9, and none of their shots have been on target, whilst 3 of Spain's have been. Suto, a good block here, but Spain again on the counter-attack. Need to clear that away, and they do. And it's a free kick to Australia. Hey, but big fan for it. Thank you. Thanks, man. I don't know if this referee's just been a bit shit, but like, I don't think that was a foul on Lockie Wales. So there's a clear up the field there by Dang. Just checking to see if there's any updates in the other games at the moment. There is. So just about half time, 2-0 to Japan. It's half time, just about half time, 1-0 South Korea. Romania have got a red card. At 18 minutes gone, Germany are 1-0 up against Saudi Arabia. And that's going to be a throw into Australia, still deep in Australia's territory. I don't think we'll have to do the calculation, so what does happen would be a draw. And the ball's starting to get a bit haywire now. Spain, almost through ball there, but Sutar again stopping the through balls. And that's going to be a throw into Australia. So now 28 minutes remaining until half time. It looks like there's going to be a sub. And the first sub of the match now for the Australians. So Daniel Arzani is coming off. So Daniel Arzani is coming off for Tilio. And Rolls, the number 3, will also be coming on. And Lachlan Wales is coming off. So the player that got the second big goal against Argentina is now on the field, and Rolls will get his first cap debut as he replaces Lockie Wales. And the pass unfortunately goes out. That was the number 8. That was to McGree. So now Spain, with the ball down deep inside of their territory. And they'll obviously get it down. They need to be careful with these balls over the top. And Glover's going to kick to bollock the ball. Oh. Now this ball goes back to the Spanish keeper. And this big defense change here. Australia now with the ball. Potential counter-attack. It's a shot from the number 6 of McGree, number 8 of McGree, but it goes sky high. And it'll be a goal kick to Spain. And that's only the second shot Australia's had in this match. And we're 65 minutes in. Spain now still with the ball in their defence now. Australia are getting the ball now, getting it down their field a little bit more than they did in the first half, so that is a positive sign for the Aussies. Can you please give a shout out to the Alan worm living inside my brain called Elmer? Pronounced over to us here. It's a big ups Elmer. And Spain now going on the counter attack here. And Kukurea now trying to get a whip in here. Sutar has cleared away. Brilliant. You just can't get past Sutar with those heading away. Now Spain now, still inside of Australia's half now, trying to get a shot off. Oh no, trying to get a free ball here. The free ball as well, but it's cleared away by Australia again. Australia, can they get the ball down the side here? They can. Atkinson now. To whip it over the top. McGree try to get a header in, but it's gonna. Australia will still have possession here. The number 16, that is King. Now Australia will give it back to their to Tom Glover, their keeper, to try to control this. McGree now with the ball. Gives it off to King. King's giving it back to McGree. And now Australia are sending the ball back to their defensive line as Sutar. Gives it off to Deng. Now Jean Roux. Australia now maintaining the possession here. King now with the ball. It's gone for a whip in. It's fallen to nobody. It's going to fall to a Spanish player. And Spain will regain possession. So 23 minutes now remaining in this game. I mean, of course, until added time does happen. Now Spain now going inside of Australia's half now. And Atkinson will clear it away and it'll be a throw in to Spain. And it looks like there might be some substitutes here. And it will be, as number 7 as Arsenio will come on to replace number 14 of Sola. As Arsenio from Real Madrid. Marco Asensio, sorry, that's his name. Spain now still trying to get a ball over the top. Spain's still with the ball. It's ball over the top. How about love you beard? Thanks, big gay Ray. Spain now with still with possession inside of Australia's half now, just basically re-grasping possession again. Free ball down the middle. And it's through to the play. It's a shot by Spain, and it's going to fall straight into the hands of Tom of Glover, and it's a save there. Flick over the top there by the number 11 for Spain of Ozzy Zabal. The number 19 of Olmo takes a shot, but it's along the ground and straight at Glover. in Spain now. We're trying to get that kick over the top in now Spain. If you're looking, I bet you smell us. I smell like shit, to be honest. Been a bit of a long day. Spain now. Gotten the ball down on halfway. Spain with the possession is about to cross into the last 20 minutes of this game. Whipping all over the top. It's gone past everybody, but Spain again retained possession. And Asensio trying to get across him, but is blocked by the Australians. I'd worked prior to this. Now Spain now trying to break through again. There's a shot, and it's taken a hit from an Australian player, and Sutar will clear it away, but only as far as the last Spanish defender, and Spain will go in again. What football is this league? No, this is soccer. This is the Olympics. The ball's flicked up. And they're inside the box at the moment, Spain on the edge. Trying to get a pass off. And it's cleared away by Sutar, but a lot of people were caught ball watching. Spain are trying to get shots off Australia. Still holding on. Gil. They're claiming it, the ball. And it's going to be another quarter to Spain. And here comes two more substitutes for Australia. As Bacchus and Watts will come on, Riley McGree will come off.
Did you hear what they just said?
Yeah, the Western Sydney Warriors.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking girls are dumbasses. Are you streaming this?
And Dennis Gendry will come off. I'm watching this league, nothing gets me harder than watching some. So now Watson, so pretty much 4 subs now for Australia, and still only the 2 by Spade. Now Spain will still trying to get balls. Still trying to get the ball from the Spain. So now Spain's still trying to maintain possession. And Australia might get on the counter-attack here. Through the ball, and they will, but it will fall straight back to the Spanish keeper. Spain again just keeps on holding on to the ball. There has been an update. There has been a goal, and Saudi Arabia are now level. As 31 minutes have gone, it is now 1-1. Glover almost just got that shot off there, and he needs to be a little bit careful there. Australia still now with the ball now, and they're getting some. The passing's just lacking with them inside the box, and it keeps going out, and now it's going to be Spain's ball. Big charge down there. Mitchell Duke reading that well, but the header going way too far. So I live in New South Wales. So Spain now with the ball over the top now. Trying to get in. But it's blocked by the Australians again. Spain are playing really good football at the moment, I will say. They're just trying to enter the box here at the moment, but all the Australians are back. And there's they're inside the box here, Spain. There's a lot of men, and Pedri goes for the shot, and it's saved by Glover. So they've had pretty much majority of the shots by the Spanish have all been just straight down the throat of Glover. And it looks like there's going to be another sub. It's going to be the number 9. It is Mir. Rafa Mir will come on for Spain. And he's going to be replaced by the number 18 of Jill. No, Jill's coming off. Oscar Jill. So Spain now still with the ball. So Spain now still holding on to the ball yet again. The ball has gone over the top. It's going to fall straight into the hands of Glover. Glover will give it off to Suter, which will be passed back. And Glover will clear it. And it'll be headed back to the Spanish keeper. As we're now into the 77th minute mark, just checking on the other scores. It's 2-0 Japan. Yeah, there's been no updates yet. Spain now in the ball to Australia, and Australia's trying to clear the ball out, and the ball will go deep into Spain's half, and it'll be picked up there by the keeper as no Aussie players coming into press. Spain trying to go over the top here. It is a big Asensio with the pass to the kick, and Rafa Mir has taken a block. And it's going to be a corner to Spain. Rafa Asensio might have been just offside, but it's whipped in. The header! And it's gone over the bar, and it's going to be a goal kick to Australia. So now coming into the final 11 minutes until added time. And the ball's gone back to the Spanish keeper. So Spain now, just still a possession. It's what do you think's happening? Spain's with the ball and Australia just defending. Spain now, trying to find a way to break in. It's a whip in, and it's a goal. It's the number 11. The captain has scored. It is 1-0 to Spain. It was bound to happen at some point, and the Spanish are now 1-0 up. It was bound to happen. They've impressed pretty much nearly the entire game, as the Spanish bench go berserk because they are beating the Australians, even though they're the gold medal fucking favourites when they're supposed to be. So I think at this point with Australia, they've got nothing to lose, so somehow get a goal. It's a throw into Australia, deep into Australia's half now. Backus now. Australia somehow. It's a whip in. Potential header. Oh, it's going to be cleared away by the Spanish. Now Spain will start, basically with that foul, Spain will start milking the and that's going to be a sub there as the number as Dang is now coming off. And D'Agostino will come on for Australia. I'm trying to figure out what happens in this case in terms of like the positioning. Australia got nothing to lose now at this point. Just if get a goal back and somehow force a draw, this is basically the only thing they can really do. I don't know. So it looks like Australia will probably have to get through to the knockout stages the hard way, and we'll have to play against Egypt without Riley McGree and without Mitchell Duke. So it stays like this. Spain will be on 4 points. We'll be on 3. Egypt are on 1. And Argentina are on 3. So basically with that mathematics, we would need Argentina to beat Spain. But as Australia going to play on the ball here. It's D'Agostino now. So basically I feel like it'll probably come down to we need Argentina to beat Spain, and then we'll need someone to lose in that game. Because I feel like, because then if Australia get a win, So if it goes to a draw in that game, then Australia will have to beat Egypt. But if one of them, of either Spain or Argentina, win, then I think all we'll probably need is a draw against Egypt. But you don't want to leave it to like that when other results need it. So deep throw in. There's going to be a goal kick to Spain there. So there's 5 minutes remaining now until added time. No more updates in terms of goals or anything like that yet. So this will be the goal kick now from Spain. Like Australia have done really well up to hold Spain off until the 80th minute. That's a free kick to Australia. But I will say, if Australia do get a draw, then Australia will be on 4, Spain will be on 2, Argentina will be on 3, and Egypt will be on 1. Plays down the run now for Australia. The number 19, as that was Tilio, so the throw in now for Australia. As we're now coming down to the 86th minute of the game. So it's probably a deep throw in here from D'Agostino. So it's the number 9, D'Agostino. We'll take a long throw in. It's up in the air. And now the Spanish keeper will stay down for 15 fucking years. Even though he didn't get touched. Yeah, but he's going to stay down and chew time off. Fucking... That's all the Spanish have done this game. Is fucking pass the ball around and fucking dive. So it looks like another sub now. It's number 11. It is Oyarzabal. Will be coming off the field. But who is he coming on for? Is he? Oh no, he's not. He's staying on the field. That's what I think needs to... Okay, so I think after this we'll probably do like the breakdown of what will happen. Because Australia can still very much qualify for the next round. It's just depending on some kind of circumstances. As there is the goal kick there by the Spaniards. And it'll go out for a throw into Australia. The Suter. Glover's gotten the ball now. As we're now 90 seconds away from finding out how much out of time there will be. Maybe probably like 3-4 minutes. Okay, some good play here by the Australians. Then Spain and it. It's so weird. It's like as soon as like Spain scored, Australia were now getting the ball deep into the box. We're getting into like giving actual good attacks. It's so weird. So we're now into the 90th minute of play. So Watts now to throw in for Australia. So another long throw in here for Australia as we're going into added time. See what's happened in the air. And it's 5 minutes of added time. Oh, fuck off, you Spanish cunt. Fuck off. As the referee's blown up at Rouse. Rouse gone for the header. Holy shit. What's up his ass? And Simon's going to get a yellow card there for snapping for no reason. Rolls just went for the header. So 4 minutes remaining now. So now basically they're just going to pass around the back, I'd assume, probably for like the next 3.5 minutes. Oh, so it's a free kick to Spain for Suta going up for the ball. This is... And now Spain will take forever to take their kicks. Basically, the Spanish are just chewing time. And they're going to pass back to the keeper. Holy shit, how... Fucking pussies. Backus now, the ball over the top, and it's gone too wide. Two foot the cunt. So there's 2 minutes remaining left. It's basically pretty much over. Unless Australia can somehow get like a miracle goal. There's 50 seconds remaining. It's ball over the top. It's a chance. Oh, it's a shit whip in. This is it. Australia, this is like their last chance. There's 20 seconds remaining. This is it. Oh, fuck off. Yep, that's it. It's over. He went up. It's a show. He went up for the ball, but that's it. Spain have won. It'll rule him out for Egypt. So we need to think about this. Well, the game's over, so it's full. We could just basically say it's full time. Spain have won 1-0 because basically, yep, there it is. There's the final whistle. But if we're just gonna, we need to look at this. Like, oh wait, this is gonna look weird for the standings. So this is the live standings. If it's is even going to show up, no, it won't. Oh, it's not even going to. Oh, shit. Does it show up there? Right. So you see Spain. So Spain and Australia. So Australia are in second. So I'm trying to figure. So this out. So Australia play Egypt. And Argentina play Spain. So Egypt beat us. They go to 4 points, meaning they'll go ahead of us. So basically what we need to do against Egypt is, worst case scenario is a draw. To us to still qualify. Because if we get a draw, we get 4 points. We have 4 points, and our goal advantage, I think, is 2-1. So we're tied with goal. So if we go to 6, and Argentina win, depending on how big the goals are. So basically, so it stays like that. So if we get a draw, we'll probably need Spain to win. But if we win, we just need one of Spain or Argentina to lose. But even if there's a draw, we should be okay. So there's definitely still a lot of possibilities for us to go through. But yeah, so that is the final score. It was 1-0 to Spain. Australia did really well. It's just right until the 80th minute they finally cracked. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one.